Hey there, welcome back to part 2 of this torso tutorial, mini tutorial, where we will be completing the torso. Now we should go right away to the next level of detail, but let's get some of this chest to look better. Narrow this down, pull this up, and maybe thicken this area here. Yeah, I think it looks fine. So let's go to about 200-ish. And now here you want to smooth more than we did last time, but being intentional with your smoothing to not completely get rid of some of the shapes we've made. So just go over. I've said the planes, I think, but I won't exactly say planes. Let's go like this, pull this down. Yeah, this isn't exactly an ellipse. It's like a deformed one. We can definitely dig in here. Smooth. Sharpen this area. Also here like this. Again, the triangle-ish thing here. Pull this a bit more up, down. Let's see, I can pull it like this maybe, and then smooth down here. These upper or middle traps are a bit too down. But there's nuance to the shapes as well. Now this area will be mostly the butt, so to here-ish, to like this. Let's flatten the clavicle a bit more, make the chest, and start smoothing. Pull this down, also out. Pull this more in, smooth out, let's see. Something like this, and then gradually going up. Maybe they are a bit too wide, but it's not like it's a bad thing. Now here I'm gonna try to smooth and keep the roundness. So coming back here. Let's try to just lightly separate them. Okay. Now here it might be more tricky to smooth, so I'm just gonna go very lightly with a crease polish brush and define the shapes we did. But yeah, very lightly. Now if you you want your character to look just leaner and just abs sticking out, you can define them more. But again, there's skin, there's other things. But I want most of these obliques to not be visible. That doesn't mean that they're not there, so the shape should be there. But you need to look not real hard, but hard to see them. Like I would still say that that's a bit too much. Now this could be a bit flatter, and this ab shouldn't come fully up. So rather this should be one oblique thing, and then the ab should be this. Let's add some more mass, but we'll start with the lowest one. let's start with the belly, I guess that will count as the lowest one, and go very lightly, as we're not trying to add mass here, we're just trying to not define them more, but I guess give them a better looking shape. So just smooth out. They should be looking like they're kind of sitting on top of each other. Probably not this placement, not this sharp of going down. This as well. Again here, not quite sure what it is. There's usually like a strong spot, or strong spot. A hard spot, which is kind of flat, and then I don't know if this counts as an ab, I think it does. The first ab thing comes out. Let's pull this up just a bit. Now we can smooth. You could also not make this like middle point separation visible, but okay, it all depends on, I guess, in the real life, in the genetics, in the body fat percentage, and things like that. Most abs aren't even this symmetrical, but it depends how much realism you want, how much anatomy you want to follow. But most of the general guides should be there. The shape, the size, the connection points. But there's always nuance. So around here should be the belly, which I'm gonna make go in like this. Okay. I can pull this actually higher. Something like this. And if we had legs, it would make the shape of this look better, but also help us improve the torso. So as I said in the first episode, do not just stick to sculpting individual pieces of the body, but sculpt them together. Sometimes do sculpt just one part at a time, or you should sculpt every part one at a time, but you at the same time you should also sculpt the whole body at the same rate, I guess. Let's see again, pull this back here. Oh, now this part of the trap, please, Ben, come like, okay, sit on top of the lower middle traps. Now here, I like to just dig like this, smooth, add some better transition. Let's see like this. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's tuck the chest a bit more, just so we add that more rounder shape. Could also, if my pen doesn't tweak a lot, add some of, what does we count as fibers? We'll call them fibers, sure. Just for a nicer look. Again, this part is, oh my god, I really want to remember that word. It's not narrow, I think it starts with N. And it means like empty, but I don't have it at all. Yeah, that added some things to the chest. Hollow, not, oh my god, hollow. This area is hollow. Holy. This part is quite bony and hard. And it comes out like this. I'm not gonna make the nipples, but feel free to do so. Also here, if you wanted more detail, you can make the chest something like this. This is really wrong, but I just mean like the parts where these fibers are going. You shouldn't make them like this. This is way too uniform. But we'll just give it something like that. Seems fine. Let's make this a bit wider. Thin. Let's pull this up a bit. The shoulders might be a bit too wide. Might. No, doesn't seem bad. The shape isn't bad either. It's a bit too flat, like it's lacking character. But I won't say that that's wrong. Let me also try to do the fibers thing here. If you are trying to do it very lightly. Okay, the side dell doesn't exactly work like this. There's like 4 or 3 big cross-sectional, okay, that's triangle looking fibers coming from up top, and then there's another 3 or 4 down here, but I don't know how that would look. Something like this. You can sharpen up the new delt a bit. Again, we can redefine that triangle looking thing here. If I'm not wrong, these would be the rhomboids. Let's dig in here. I don't want to get that shape. Let's pull this down, smooth out. We're just defining some of the things we've done a bit more. Let's try the thing here again if my pen isn't being something. Then lightly smooth. Yeah, it's kind of there. Let's give the adductors a bit more. Also gonna dig here actually. Okay, we can also add some more here. This should stick out, this in. And yeah. I think if we want to connect the neck, I would like to go more detail on it, so we'll just leave it like this. And this is our torso. Now again, if you make the arms, the hands, the arms, not the hands, the arms and the legs, I think you will get a better picture of how it should look like, where the love handles should kind of dig in, where the shoulders should connect or go in, the triceps sitting here and how wide the lats are. But again, have a nice balance between sculpting a individual body part and the whole body. Sometimes you can just sculpt the upper body, sometimes just the lower, but the full body is really nice. This is how it looks, and I hope you did learn something. I hope you found this helpful anyway, and I hope to see you in future videos. Bye.